Hey guys, this is Carter, back again with another part of Bioshock. This is part 9. We finally are about to enter the Fontaine Fisheries. And I remember that something sketchy kind of pops up here during this. And I didn't exactly remember what was going to happen, but I knew there was that something wasn't right here. And I pretty much completely remembered it when I got inside, which I will kind of talk you guys through my emotions going through here, because believe it or not, this game decided to use pretty much one of my biggest fears in this part. So as you can see, the whole premise of this part is that we're supposed to drop all of our weapons into that little chute that's there on my right, and that's immediately suspicious. And like, I knew like something was up. And I believe I get this focused hacker. Incinerate is a really important plasmid to have here in the Fontaine Fisheries, so I'm glad that I brought it with me. I think I actually had all 4 of my main plasmids at work here, so I can't remember what my other plasmids were. It's because I don't use them that often. But yeah, Incinerate is a very useful one to have in this area, because you kind of need it in order to continue further. So yeah, this part was kind of scary, because you'll see why in a minute. But yeah, I'm kind of just like looking around, trying to grab any sort of things that I can. Found an automatic hack tool there, which is, I think I finally end up using later. And it's coming up right around here, as things start to get really cloudy and you can't see anything. If you hear Peach here.
Ryan promised Fontaine was dust, and now here you are doing his dirty. I guess that makes Ryan a bum, and you would.
Yeah, so this is where we fight Peach Wilkins, and obviously I'm at a huge disadvantage because I only have my only kind of have these abilities, the plasmids, and the guns are probably the most important part. My thinking with this was that maybe I should keep using Incinerate, so that because he kind of acts as a nitro splicer. So I figured if he's a nitro splicer, he's got the grenade box next to him. So if I incinerate him, he should like burst into flames because the box will explode. But I very quickly was like, okay, I need to refuel on all of my abilities because I'm getting fucking wrecked. So Incinerate was kind of becoming my best friend in this mission specifically. But just the idea of not being able to see and being surrounded by like psychos who want to kill you, that's kind of terrifying. So yeah. I don't remember if I still die in this. I think I might still die. Oh, I get right to the end of my life before I'm like, you know what, I'll just like drag them out one by one. My strategy 9 times out of 10 is to usually pick off enemies one at a time. So since I took a lot of pictures of the lead head splicers, I was actually able to get a lot more damage bonuses to them. So, and one of them had a pistol, so I was like, I can use that, I think. One bullet. So, and yeah, I was going through that fucking... I was going through that stuff like crazy. All the Eve that I was essentially spending. I think I went through like 8 vials of Eve. So, yeah, it was a lot. So at this point, I realized there's a camera there. I was like, oh, fuck. What I didn't realize is that there's also a turret there. So I was like, okay, I still have a lot of stuff, so I'm gonna hack this. I forgot I had the automatic hacking tool, so I was like, yeah, I'll use that, and then I'll heal myself and just outfit myself with first aid and Eve. And then I was like, okay, gotta go after like these machines first, get them out of the way. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna hack them, because that's my answer to almost every problem this game throws at me. I gotta hack it. You're never gonna hack it. You're just like your father. Sorry, just quoting a random vine. That's what Eden's done to me. I just start quoting vines now. Carter, you do realize that... Oh my god. Looking at past Carter trying to play these things is very infuriating, because I can see that there's a solution right in front of me. But, yeah. I choose to go around the solution rather than go to the solution. So I decided to hack both the camera and the turret in this, so if any enemies were to pop out, those two things would kind of be on my side. Ooh. Got the sniffles. That has nothing to do with the gameplay, but yeah. So this one was for the turret, and then I believe I didn't realize it until I actually went up to each section, but those giant circular things are meant to be doors that you can go inside. Some of them are frozen over, but I didn't realize it until I approached. Yeah, these things. They are doors, so I didn't realize that before. But I was like, I don't know where those are supposed to go, so I'm just going to continue hacking the rest of the stuff that's in here before I kind of check out any of the other rooms. So you guys seen any good films? Eden and I just watched Fifth Element. That was an interesting one. For the longest time, I only ever knew about the Lilo Dallas Multipass scene. But I never really knew the context to it. So, finally saw the movie. Gave me a huge bit of inspiration for the Neo America stuff. Specifically the, what's it called? There was the one scene where everyone's trying to contact Bruce Willis, and because they want to have him do a mission. And again, before I continue, this is why Incinerate is very useful, because there's a lot of ice in this area, so if you want to get extra little tidbits inside these side rooms, it's kind of useful to have the Incinerate one. You can kind of just run back over and grab it from the gene bank. And that was me being an idiot walking right over the fire. Anyways, yeah, so... But when everyone's trying to contact Bruce Willis' character, I think, what's his name? Corbin? I just played Last Promise, so I have the name Corbin on my mind. I don't think that's him, though. But they're trying to contact Bruce Willis's character, and they send him like 2 or 3 different things saying that he won a trip, where they kind of rigged the contest of this trip. And then he's in his apartment, and right outside his window is like a flying Chinese food vessel that goes up to your windows, and just like you can order food from it right out of your apartment window. I just really love that concept, and I kind of want to use that in the Neo America world. I kind of, because like the whole movie basically takes place in Neo New York, so I feel like our Neo York is basically just a carbon copy of the Fifth Element's Neo York. Obviously with a little bit of differences here and there, but like, you know, I feel like it's a good fit. Anyways, so this is where we get our first instance of the machine that you can use to power up weapons. And considering that one of the first weapons that I always kind of jump to in this game is, well, you'll see in a second my choose, because you can choose pretty much any weapon you have to increase its like damage or clip size or the rate of fire. I chose the pistol and I gave it a damage increase. So yeah, so I was like, pistol's kind of like the first weapon that I usually go to, so I chose the pistol. So again, when you can't grab something, use Incinerate on the ice. It really helps. And I'm a fucking idiot who keeps going through Eve like crazy. Now I kept hearing enemies in this area, so I thought that if I got rid of the ice, one of them was just going to pop out that door. But I do have to enter into the room for them to see me. Yeah. So. Yeah, so have I mentioned that nitro splicers are annoying? This area also has a hell of a lot of audio logs. So, usually whenever an audio log plays, I want to let it play out fully before I do anything else. So you'll see that's why I'm kind of just searching around the room, not doing anything. So I forgot I had more auto hack ones, so got more little ammunitions and another automatic hack tool. And now for the other side. I hate that reload or like changing ammo clip thing for the grenade launcher because it takes so goddamn long. But so I didn't pay attention completely with the story that's been going on here, but from what I understand, the more plasmids that you take, the more you start to see like strange visions and like ghosts, which I don't think they're ghosts. It's like more of like, well, it's more of a vision, you know, more than anything else. So this part, this next part is actually a big turning point in the story. I'm not going to talk as much through it. I feel like it's something you guys need to experience for yourself. But I will say, this was another one. This game is very good at scaring the shit out of me. So there's another part here that basically put me on edge. This whole game puts me on edge. So But there was another part in this area specifically that really started to scare me, and you'll see why when it happens. So the whole point of this area is that we had to pass through Fontaine's Fisheries to get over to this submarine that's holding Atlas's wife and child. So again, as soon as I see a Vita chamber, I'm like, okay, I need to keep my guard up because something's gonna happen. I don't know why I keep checking the gene bank, because basically I got everything I need so far. I'm only missing one more plasmid that I really want, and it's going to be coming up in the next area, where I kind of show a tiny bit of that area before saving. So again, I'm still doing the camera out first method, which is probably not the smartest, but if I'm able to get research points, I'm able to get more information on, on enemies, therefore I could probably do more damage. It's simple. Again, it's probably not the smartest strategy, because it kind of puts me in danger pretty easily, but it's a strategy that works for me, so I think this is when we learn about the... Oh, wait, no.
Come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great chain. Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold, and ours are the sort with the big iron ball around your ankle. He's up in full frolic, banging fashion models. We're down in this dump yanking guts out of fish. Fontaine's promising something better. He's like one of us, like he's worked a day in his life. He says meet him at his fish packing joint at 11. I'll go, bring a couple of guys. Hey, it's not like things could get a lot worse.
That line I laughed at when I heard when I was playing this, because that's like as soon as you say, it doesn't matter what game you're in, as soon as you say, oh, it can't get any worse, it will obviously get worse. So alright, so this part, again, I'm moving very, very slowly. There's a lot of booze in this area, which that's when I finally started to realize that the booze kind of heals your HP but lowers your EVE, while pet bars and cigarettes and the snacks do the opposite. They'll lower your HP for a bit, but they will increase your EVE. So again, camera out first. That's when you see the submarine.
You've had your fun, but enough is enough. If you press that button, you'll learn what it means to truly be my enemy.
So when I was hearing that line, I thought that I was going to have like a choice. Like I could either like help Atlas or kill Atlas kind of thing, like I did with the little sisters when I first saw them. But no, that's not what happens. You'll see why in a second. This gets pretty crazy. And I'm gonna shut up here and let you guys listen to this and watch what happens. Yeah, so this is the part where shit kind of starts to get real. And things just kind of start devolving. So there's a hell of a lot of splicers in this area. And pretty much all of them have guns, which is not a good sign. Oof. So I kind of still want to stay quiet because there's something that comes up. Yeah, I'm going to shut up again. Okay, yeah, I take a picture of this splicer. That's not what I want to shut up about. I'll shut up now. Yeah, so this is a pretty fucked up part.
Get out and get to Arcadia! Jesus Christ!
Yeah, Atlas was not happy.
The Irish pork pie offered me a deal. I flip him Fontaine and I walk out of here. That's simple. How do I know that fat fuck isn't Fontaine's guy? How do I know they're not all Fontaine's guy? Fontaine's got Adam and everybody wants it. Ryan's got a whole lot of talk and a nice suit. Even down here, any idiot can see which way the wind is blowing.
Yeah, so at this point, that's kind of the end of the Neptune's bounty level. I'm not sure if you ever come back here, but Arcadia is the next level, and this is kind of where we start getting into a lot of plant-based stuff. One of the most major things about Arcadia is it has like this huge garden or like greenery, and you kind of see that as soon as you walk out that door. Fun facts. Arcadia is the name of one of the outer planes oh wait. Yeah, this is when Atlas kind of starts going over the edge.
Build the impossible. You came to rob what you could never build. A hunk equal the gates of Rome. Even the air you breathe is sponged from my account. Deep. So later you might remember the taste.
Yeah, so
You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
Yeah, so it's at this point I was like, maybe I'll stop here, but I decided to keep going for a tiny bit longer just to show you guys some of the little areas around here, and we get to see a new enemy. So I remember this being kind of like the graveyard section. Like, this is where a lot of citizens would kind of be buried in this area in Arcadia. So as you can see, I'm kind of just robbing a corpse, which is probably not that cool. But this area is also kind of the place where you can get a really, really cool plasmid. I have to come back and play this again to kind of show you which plasmid it is, because it's probably one of my favorites. And I know if I was to show it to Eden, it would probably be one of their favorites too. Which I've made mention about it at the beginning of the Let's Play. Oh, this is the... Yeah, listen to this. Yeah, so those little scenes, those weird, like, ghostly apparitions that you're starting to see, it's implied that that is what is happening to you as well. This is also the new enemy, so this guy legitimately scared the shit out of me when I first came across him. The music doesn't help either, because the music is kind of very, very ominous and foreboding. Yeah, so this thing is what's known as a Houdini splicer, which is kind of a fancy term for like a splicer that can A, shoot stuff at you, and B, knows how to teleport. Which, when trying to fight something like this, it is incredibly creepy. Like, that's one of those kinds of abilities that really scares me, because you can do some really fucking evil things with this. And that's when he decides to fight me for real this time. So I thought, why not get a picture of him so I know? And yeah, that's how I found out what he was called. And yeah, I believe I just fight him, and then that's pretty much it for this part. Kind of just get my bearings, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. We're gonna explore more of Arcadia next time. Alright, see you guys around.